Hello Dicers, my dream chasing space explorers. Welcome back to Dice Decides. So we are back with space talk, okay? I've talked about the sun, I've talked about Mercury, I've talked about Venus, I've talked about Earth. It is time to talk about the red planet, Mars. So here we go, let's explore some facts about Mars. All right, so the age is 4.6 billion years, just like all the other planets. They all formed around the same time. And the distance from Earth is 54.6 to 101 million kilometers at the closest. Now it does get very far when it's on the other side of the sun from us, but yeah, the closest is like 54 million kilometers. I mean, I know that sounds far, but that's pretty close compared to the other planets. So a journey to Mars on the closest would only take 7 months. We have sent probes there, which I'll get into. So the size is 163 million cubic kilometers. So you can fit 6 Mars planets inside of Earth, like if you chop them up. But only 4 if you don't break them up, because, you know, just fitting spheres inside of a sphere, you can't fill all the spaces. So if you chop Mars up, it's 6. So it's kind of small if you can fit that many of Mars inside of Earth. But yeah, so that's the size. And then, oh yeah, also the 21,344 kilometer equatorial circumference, which is about half of Earth's. So even the equator is not as long as Earth's. And so yeah, Mars is kind of small, but not the smallest planet. All right, so for temperature, we got surface that gets to 35 Celsius at the hottest, which is, I mean, that's a normal day in Spain. So not too crazy. Minus 153 Celsius at the coldest. Oh gosh, now that's really cold. So it is a fairly cold planet. You know, that's insanely cold. So the average is minus 63 Celsius. Considering Earth's average is 15 Celsius, this is minus 63. Yeah, fairly cold. It would be harsh to live there. You would definitely need some warm astronaut suits. Oh yeah. But you know, there are times where it gets to 35, so maybe if you are on the equator and just stay warm at night, you should be fine. All right, let's talk about composition. That's interesting. So the atmosphere consists of 95% carbon dioxide. So it's, yeah, CO2. So a lot of that, and then nitrogen is 2.7%, and oxygen is 0.13% compared to Earth's 21%. So not that much oxygen. You can't breathe that atmosphere at all. I mean, it's mostly CO2. It would be like, you know, if you close a room and keep breathing there, eventually you'll only have CO2 there, and you'll basically suffocate. I mean, so Mars is not breathable. You would definitely need an oxygen tank, and so, yeah, it's not very livable conditions, but it's better than any other planet. Besides Earth, obviously. And so the solid composition is 40 to 45% silicon dioxide. And I don't really know much about silicon, so no comment on that. 10 to 15% iron oxide, which is Fe2O3 and Fe3O4, giving Mars that reddish color we are all familiar with. I mean, that's the main characteristic of Mars, you know, it's the red planet. So yeah, quite a lot of iron, you know, so you can make a lot of iron tools maybe. I don't know how you would create a fire on Mars without oxygen, but I'm sure astronauts can figure things out. But yeah, I'm very excited about the future manned missions to Mars. Apparently NASA is planning human Mars missions in 2030s. That's very exciting. I want to go to Mars one day, but not one of the first people. They need to build a base there, make it suitable for civilians, then maybe I will visit it. Just imagine that. How crazy it would be to walk on a different planet. Man, one day, I will visit Mars. What a crazy statement, I know. But you never know. Elon Musk wants to visit it, and I'm sure a lot of other people. So, count me in. As long as it's not too pricey, because I know it is pricey to go to Mars. But who knows? I mean, civilization has advanced so much, and it's gonna keep advancing, and anyway, moving on. What I love most about Mars is Mars has blue sunsets. That's crazy to me. Like, we never have blue sunsets here. That's not a thing. Mars has blue sunsets? It's something about the atmosphere and how the light scatters in the dust particles, which creates this blue aura around the sun. The sun itself isn't blue, but around is very blue. It looks so cool. It's amazing. And so we got limited technology there, so we only have 3 working rovers. Soviets made the first soft landing in 1971, also the first non-soft landing, crashing into Mars. So the soft one was the probe Mars 3. So yeah, 1971, that's a long time ago. So we have been on Mars quite a while now. Not people, but things sent from people, so technically affecting Mars. Yeah, like I said, Mars has a thin atmosphere, which is cosmic radiation danger for us. Yeah, it's because the atmosphere is so thin, it's very dangerous to be without a spacesuit. You would get radiation poisoning, you would get cancer, probably instantly, I don't know. But definitely not safe. And carbon dioxide rich atmosphere. Yeah, we already talked about that. 95% CO2. That's a lot. That's basically a room that you've been breathing in for a long time. And you would suffocate on Mars. So definitely bring a spacesuit. If you're planning on exploring Mars, do not forget your spacesuit with an oxygen tank. I mean, that's a must. And bring some food as well, maybe, and some water. I mean, there is water. I'll get to that. The next characteristic is that Mars is lifeless. I mean, we haven't found any life there. It's just desert, really. Cold desert. Mars is just a cold desert, pretty much. I mean, it looks just like Arizona. But yeah, Mars does actually have ice. Yeah, it has polar caps. So we can actually extract some ice in future missions to melt it and use it for growing plants or something. So it's kind of cool, you know, Mars has water, basically. I mean, ice is water. Yeah, it's fascinating because that means there could have been potential life before, because water breeds life. And Mars has 2 moons. They're called Phobos and Deimos. And they're kind of tiny, and they're very close to Mars compared to from Earth to our moon. And but yeah, they're very tiny. I read that if you're standing on one of the Mars moons, the gravity is 1,000th that of Earth. So I would weigh like 60 grams. I think if I jumped off the moon, I would probably start falling towards Mars. Just gotta make sure I bring a parachute. A day is 24 hours, 39 minutes, and a year is 1.88 Earth years. So I did the math, I'd be 15 years right now if I was born on Mars. Or technically, I am 15 Mars years. So technically, I'm still underaged. Does that mean I would need to go to high school still in Mars? Dang it. Gravity is 38% of Earth's. So, yeah. So if you imagine jumping on there, I think you would jump double as high? And a bit more? I think that's how it works. So kind of cool. So let's talk about the records in the solar system. So we got the largest volcano in the solar system. It's called Olympus Mons at 21.9 kilometers. That is more than 2 times the height of Mount Everest. That is a tall volcano. Mars used to be really active geologically. Not anymore, there's no active volcanoes now, but yeah, I don't know what happened. So the deepest and longest canyon in the solar system, it's called Valle Marineris. 4,000 kilometer length and 7 kilometers deep. So Grand Canyon is only 1.6 kilometers deep. Whoa, that's such a difference. And here's the comparison. Like the canyon is longer than all of US. That's nuts. That's a really long canyon. Does that mean there was a lot of water there? I mean, yeah, we know about the polar caps, so considering there is a canyon, so there was like a huge river. Gigantic river, I suppose. Anyway, Mars is fascinating. There's so much you can research about Mars. And it's an exciting planet for humanity, I think, because we have ideas of colonizing it, of ultimately terraforming it. I know that would take ages. It would take so long to terraform a planet. I mean, that's no easy feat. But, you know, we're starting by sending probes and doing scientific experiments, drilling in the earth and seeing what it's composed of, and all these photos that NASA have taken, and it's just so exciting. There's so much happening with the exploration. I'm just wondering how people are gonna grow plants there, because plants need more than CO2. They need oxygen as well. But there is a tiny bit of oxygen. So, I don't know. I think it is possible to terraform it. I mean, that's the term. Making it livable for life. Making it actually habitable. Because I think with a proper atmosphere, Mars would actually warm up. Like with a greenhouse effect, it would warm it up and it would actually not be that cold anymore. Even though it's further away from the sun than Earth is, I think it has a great potential for life in the future. So I'm very excited for all the exploration missions that are gonna happen, and I can't wait to see what humanity does. I mean, Elon Musk is the biggest person on the planet right now with a mission for colonizing Mars. He's so like, he has this idea of a backup plan in case we destroy ourselves here. So if we have people living there, humanity won't go extinct. So I think it's a good idea. Honestly, with all the wars happening and everything, I would feel safer on Mars. Seriously, humanity is cruel, really. And Mars doesn't seem too bad. I mean, we got blue sunsets there. That's amazing. I mean, I would go just for that. Imagine that. But it is fascinating though that the day is almost just as long as here, tiny bit longer. So yeah, you get more time in the day. That's pretty cool. Extra half-hour sleep. Very nice. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this space talk. Next up is Jupiter. That's a big one, literally. Anyway, that's it for me. So remember, to gently tap on that like button and ring that bell so you don't miss an upload. And thanks for watching, Dicers. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time. So, to end off this video, I'll read a beautiful description of Mars by ChatGPT 3.5. Mars, the enigmatic red world, stands as a captivating celestial body, a barren and ancient landscape suspended in the vast expanse of the cosmos. This frigid orb, known for its rusty hues, continues its timeless journey, silently traversing the depths of the dark and mystifying void.